Hello, Mai. Happy to have you. Hello. May we just hear something from you, Mai, please? What is your function? Who are you? What are you doing within the volunteer world?
Yes, my name is Mai Morgenstjerne, and I'm working in the municipality of Aarhus. I'm the head of a department, very reasonably established, and it's called Civil Society and Co-Creation. I really like this title because I think it symbolizes that we as a municipality really take this work seriously, how to co-create with the civil society. Back in 2018, Aarhus was the volunteer capital of Europe. And we learned a lot this year. It was a really hard year, and it was also a fantastic year. We worked with volunteering, and we worked with civil society, and we as the municipality had the lead office, but we engaged the whole city in the work. So today I'm at the municipality of Aarhus, and I'm working also in the department for health and elderly department, but I also have a role as the head of the secretary for a co-creation. How can you say it? It's the municipality who put in some resources in trying to do this together. So that's my job.
Yeah, thank you. We got a big impression about this. Now, my second question is just, in which aspect do you deal with volunteers and volunteer management? How can you support it? And maybe is there a qualification, or do you have a network, a regional or a local network, or even a national network for volunteering and volunteer management, which is the focus of our conference?
Well, that was a lot of questions, and I think it's almost a yes to all of them. I think if we start out with our vision in the city of Aarhus, it's about rethinking welfare, and we want to rethink the welfare together with the citizens and the civil society. You have to remember that in Denmark we have a big local government. We have a lot of welfare that comes from institutions, and the municipalities are really big in welfare. But we are forced to change this over the next couple of years. But we are also standing as a place where we can, we have the opportunity to do this together if we are able to rethink the way we are thinking welfare for the future. In Aarhus, we, for example, have this active citizenship policy, and it's, I quote just very shortly, it's a shared society that requires a shared effort to maintain and develop a social, economic, and sustainable welfare society. We need to rethink the way we work together on developing Aarhus. So I think the whole mindset is that we need to co-create and do this together. And it's really difficult. I think some of the experience we have is that we as a municipality think very traditionally about the role we have, but also the civil societies and the different actors and civil society organization, they are also thinking very traditionally about their role. And since 2018, I think that's been our biggest task, to actually redefine the roles and see how we can co-create together. And we've been doing that. I can also say it another way around. In Aarhus, we have 900,000 hours a day where volunteers in Denmark do volunteering jobs. And about 40% of the Danes are volunteers. And I think the potential in that, we need to release it in another way than we did today.
Okay, maybe up to this. Yeah, I know I put a lot of questions. Last question, could deal with the European level. You already talked about the European Volunteer Capital title, which enhanced so many wonderful developments. But is there a legacy to it? Is there something which you want to put in worth in the future, in the years that are coming?
First of all, I would like to talk hours about this because I think we learned so much and our legacy is really heavy and really big. One of the best things, and I'm really proud of that, is that we had the whole city of Aarhus to stand together and say, after the year in 2018, we are not finished yet. We just begun, and we used the year to get a brighter picture of what we actually wanted to do. And now we are trying to do it, and I think we succeed a lot, but it's also very hard work. We had 3 programs in the year. We had one that we called Share Your, in Danish, the word is fællesskab, but it's like community, being togetherness. And we made a lot of events, and we made a lot of possibilities to connect with the organizations from civil society and the municipality and the citizens as well. And that was very effectful. We talked a lot about how can we do this, but we also did a lot. We tried it in practice, and that was very insightful. Another program was recognition and celebration. And it sounds very easy, but I think that's very hard as well. And of course, it's one of the things when you work with volunteers, it's very, very important to do the recognition and also keep talking about how can we make it fun and easy and accessible to become volunteers. During the Corona time, we've seen how difficult it's been, but we need to keep doing this. And the last thing is, the last program is finding new paths to welfare. And that's what I was talking about before. Actually go out and do something else than you usually do. For example, if you have rehabilitation for people who had difficulties talking after having a brain damage. If you can get some of the civil society groups to actually create a group for them so they can help themselves also do their rehabilitation, it's much better. Normally we would do it as a municipality and we would give them a physiotherapy training or whatever. But maybe if we do something else as a municipality, this will be better both for the citizens, but also for the way we work together. That was just a small example. I think we have loads of examples. We actually had a whole case study describing this. So I think we're still working with the 3 programs. It's hard and it's difficult, but I think we still have a lot to do.
So I want to thank you, Mai, for all these insights. And it's very impressive to see what you made out of the European Volunteer Capital, which may just give a good example for many others like us, for example, in Berlin. Many, many thanks to you for this interview and insights, and all the best for all your work and your co-workers. And so for today, I want to say goodbye. See you.
Thank you.
Hope.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.